worthy of your money, because some testing strategies don't really test the product fully. So you could have tried a winner, but the results weren't that good, so you gave up. Meanwhile, someone else who really tested it could have scaled that to 7 figures if they had the right ads, they had the right kind of equation to make it pop. Now, once we're getting sales rolling in, we need to go over AOV and LTV. Your AOV is your average order value, and your LTV is your lifetime value of your customer. So your AOV is really important. If I'm selling a $40 product, that means the average order value of someone that comes onto my store and purchases is around $40. But we can do a lot of things, like you can even add tipping onto your website. So someone can tip 5, 10, 15%. That adds your AOV, that boosts it up. You can have upsells where someone can buy a product that works really good with the current product you're selling, and that can bring in an extra 15 bucks, 20 bucks, 30 bucks. You can sell current product you're selling up. You can have upsells where someone can buy a product that works really good with the current product you're selling, and that can bring in an extra 15 bucks, 20 bucks, 30 bucks. You can sell lifetime warranties. You can do a ton of things that are going to boost up your average order value.
And when your average crazy, da schon mal öfters mal Warranties, Garantien.
Average order value is higher, you can pay more on ads to acquire a customer. So that's beautiful. Right there. That is exactly what we need. We want to have high AOVs, because when you start spending ads and when you start getting into this world of managing ad budgets and scaling and all these things, you're going to realize it gets really expensive really fast. So if you know, hey, if it costs us $10 to get a customer and each customer is worth 50 bucks, easy math, you know you can be making money. And when you have those ads, it's quite literally an ATM that every time you put in $100, you make $500 back. And you can literally just print money. So that's our goal here. And honestly, things are getting too hard nowadays to not have a brand to still be able to get that money printing machine going. A lot of people think it's just like 2016 where they can just throw up some shit general store. They can throw up 50 different products, test them all, and hopefully one of them gets them that ATM money printer. And it's just doesn't work that way. You need these like one product stores. You need these pretty brands. If you want it to be long-term, yes, you might be able to get success quick, but it's going to die out extremely fast. And I truly think unless you're doing that clothing aspect, this is the absolute best way to go. So once we have AOV, LTV locked in, we're getting customers to repeat purchase. That's what the LTV is, lifetime value. So to quickly go over LTV, it's lifetime value, and essentially if our average order value is worth $50.
Ich muss Licht ausmachen, ziemlich anstrengend. Lustig.
So each customer is worth $50, but each customer usually purchases 2 times. So we're getting repeat purchases. That means the lifetime value of a customer would be $100 because we get a $50 order and usually they order 2 times. So that would be a $100 lifetime value from our customer, which also means we can spend even more on ads because we know they're going to purchase 2 times and we know it's worth $100. We just have to wait for that to happen. So it's like a delayed attribution. So you can calculate these things, and it's important to know those numbers because there's brands like Coca-Cola and brands like Starbucks that they could spend millions and millions on ads, and they're not really worried about it, because if they acquire one customer, it's worth thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on the lifetime of some dude drinking Coke all day, or some dude going and getting a shot of espresso every day at Starbucks. Starbucks's LTV is $14,600, I believe. It's something outrageous. That's the average amount that someone spends in the lifetime of being a Starbucks customer. And honestly, that number is only going to go up as this younger generation gets older, because I bet their habits are way, way worse than some boomer that's getting coffee. So it's really important to understand those numbers. Next, once we have this kind of understanding and structure built, we really need to build out a back end. We need to build out retargeting systems. We need to start working with other channels like Google. We need to have an email marketing team. We need to have an SMS marketing team. We need to have virtual assistants. And we really need to start building out a team around this brand so we can scale it. Then when we have that structure built in, your main focus is going to be content. You need to start pumping out videos with UGC. You need to start pumping out videos with influencers, and you really just need to take things to the next level. You need to start paying models to make videos with your products. You need to start paying high-list influencers to make videos with your products. And the amount of value that you get out of this stuff is 20 times more than you would ever think. So once you have a brand, once you have all of this set in place, your entire focus needs to switch to content, even the media buying. And media buying, if you don't know, is just like running the ads. Usually you're going to hire that out. You're going to hire some professional in Facebook, some professional in TikTok, some professional in Google, and it's kind of hard to find those people. So I'll try to plug people that I personally trust. And ultimately, I met a lot of people at the last networking event, so I should be able to plug you guys with some really good stuff. If you guys have stores that are scaling, try to personally reach out to me any way you can, and I'll help you get plugged with the people you need. But yeah, that's basically the name of the game. You want to create a brand, and then you want to just focus on content. You want to start scaling out your content like you could never believe. And once you're really bringing in some money, I'd say minimum like 100K a month in revenue, you need to start speaking with manufacturers, ordering this product in wholesale, and you need to customize it. Maybe your product is a big seller on Amazon. You can go look up the reviews, or you can look up the reviews from your own customers and see what's wrong with the product. What are people struggling with, and make it better. You need to improve upon the product, get custom packaging, all that fun stuff, and now you guys really, really have an amazing brand. You need to get fulfillment in the United States that can get like 3 to 5 day shipping, or even next day shipping. And you really need to start just crushing every advertising channel possible. You need YouTube ads, you need Snapchat ads, all that stuff. And usually you're bringing in a ton of money at this point, and you can work with a very high level agency. To give you an idea of kind of like some numbers when you're at scale like this, let's say you have like 50 videos made, and you know that all of these videos convert well on paid ads. You can be getting easily 10 to 20 to 30K a day on TikTok alone. You can easily be getting 50 to 100K on Facebook if you really know what you're doing and you're really crushing the creatives. I know plenty of people, I have met plenty of people at the last event I went to that are doing numbers like this on Facebook right now. Very, very possible. There are dozens of people that are our age that are doing hundreds of thousands a day in sales. It's absolutely unreal. I met a kid that did 300K in a single day on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Like, people can do millions and millions a month. It really is not as unattainable as you'd think. And keep in mind, I'm talking about when you have a full infrastructure built. You have the teams, you have a ton of people making content for you, you have designated media buyers that are professional, and you're really just crushing it in every aspect. Also from Google, you could easily be making 10K a day, and that's not even including like running YouTube ads. If you have some killer YouTube ads, you can probably be making 50K a day on Google alone. Email marketing could probably be bringing in like 3 to 5K a day. And that's usually like reoccurring revenue, repeat customers, and people that are going through like automation flows through email. SMS could probably be matching that with the same amount of sales. And that's not even accounting for like Snapchat ads, Pinterest ads, like all these other small little things, as well as working with influencers. Let's say you have a advertisement that went live with Kim Kardashian that day. Like, of course you're going to do multiple 6 figures that day in sales. And then you have that piece of content of Kim Kardashian saying, oh, I love this product so much. And then you keep running ads on that, and that's going to convert amazing on ads because people are hooked in, they see Kim K's face, whatever. So you can milk that video for months and months on paid ads on tons of different channels. And you can really just see how if you have a cool product, you have something that's speaking to a specific group of people that is just really speaking their language, it transfers emotion to the person, it tells a story, and you just have this really cool brand around this really high quality product that ships to people fast, you can see how it goes crazy. And we're not even talking about starting selling on Amazon or selling on Walmart or retail opportunities. And it's really easy to see how you can get into 100 million a year in sales if everything goes perfect, right? And that's the hard part, because what gets you from 0 to 1 isn't what gets you from 1 to 2. Going through this journey and actually like fucking executing on this blueprint is something you guys can't even imagine. It's something I can't even imagine. I haven't done retail deals. I know this path to do all this, but I haven't done a lot of these things. I'll be completely honest with you guys. This is a crazy journey. Making 100 million a year is not some easy shit. I'm not going to sell you guys some snake oil shit like this is going to work in your first year. You'll be making millions a month. This stuff's hard. And honestly, it all comes down to the person. The way I like to view this is me being the coach of, let's say, an NFL team. I'm not really responsible for the players. I am in a sense of organizing them, making sure they know the game plan and what they need to do. But the actual individual performance of each player is dictated on the player's skill level. Some of you guys will never reach levels like this. Most of you guys will never reach hundreds of millions in sales. Maybe none of us do. But this is the exact framework, and I'm showing you guys the brands. I'm showing you guys the methodology behind all of it, and it's possible. I know it might be hard to get stuck up on the fact that I haven't ran a $100 million brand, but I can promise you guys this is the exact stuff they're doing, and I'm here to help you guys along any step of the way, and I promise you it's so much more attainable than you could ever think. So yeah, that basically explains the full-blown blueprint. If you guys have any questions, if you want me to kind of go over some aspects of your brand, I'm going to be doing live Q&A calls. So that's going to be a good time where if someone wants to throw in their brand, throw in their ideas, I can review them live and really kind of help you guys, or you can submit a support ticket or try to reach out to the student success managers, and we can make sure to review your idea and make sure it's worth your time jumping into. Because this stuff is big. You're only going to get as far as you plan to get, right? You're not going to go 20 miles past what your plan was. If your plans are small, you're confined by those. So we want to plan big. We want to think big. And ultimately, guys, there's people that have done this. I've showed you brands. I've listed off companies that have done this. There are people worth hundreds of millions. Shein is a $47 billion company. That was their net worth last year. We looked it up and it looks like they're having some problems now, but to be in $1 billion evaluation and get started with dropshipping is truly unreal. And I hope you guys can really mentally imagine that possibility for yourself, because with anything in life, if someone else is able to do it, there's no reason you're not able to do it. So I really want you guys thinking of module 1, thinking of those frequencies, thinking of leveling yourself up, leveling up your character to be worthy of things like this, things of this magnitude. Don't let yourself get caught up in fear or doubt or listening to these negative voices in your head, or the mom and dad that doubt you, or the friends that doubt you. Let those things fuel you. And I promise, something that I really enjoy, something that I love to think about, is you can always call upon your past self and your future self to send energy to you in this moment. Kind of a random thing to mention, but it's something I truly believe and I do in my life all the time. Call on your future and past self to give you energy, get past anything, raise that frequency up, and I promise you guys, if you believe in yourself, the sky is the limit. If you take action on everything that I'm teaching you here, these blueprints, these things are possible. These businesses worth hundreds of millions are made every year. Every year there's some new brand doing something where you look at it, you're like, oh, why didn't I think of that? That was so simple. That was so dumb. Like, anyone could have done that. Opportunity like that is constantly opening. This world is a revolving door of opportunity. There are always things that are leaving and there's always things that are coming in. Our reality changes so quick that new opportunities are sprouting up every second. It's to the point now where I really have the eyes and the vision to see opportunities, and it's really hard, because once you're really leveled up, once your character level's high, your main focus is saying no to opportunities, because you have to stay dialed in on that vision. You have to have the blinders on, like the race horses, so they can't see the other horses. They're just focused in on themselves. Yeah, kind of a random tangent, but I just can't say how much I believe in you guys, how much I know there is potential out there, and I'm just really excited to see you guys succeed. So make sure you ask for help from your student success managers, from me. Jump on the live Q&A calls with me and let me know what we can help you with. I want to see you guys grow, and I promise you with all my heart, this stuff is so attainable. There's so much potential out there, and I know you guys can crush it. So with that being said, we are wrapping up this video. Your action steps for today are going into the community group, talking with someone who just got in, share some ideas with them, share some thoughts, make them feel welcome and at home. And make sure you finish your blueprint. Set a full blueprint out. And obviously I haven't taught you product research yet. I haven't taught you a ton of things, but
Blueprint. Okay, als erster Step ist erstmal das ganze Rechtliche, was ich machen muss. Das schließt ein Gewerbe, Rechtstexte von der IT-Rechtskanzlei München. Dann steuerliches. Was gibt's noch rechtliches? Buchhaltung, Klammer auf, geregelt über Eltern. Das war's, glaube ich, basically vom Rechtlichen her. Dann guter Shop an eine Nische, eine passionierte Personengruppe, Klammer auf, Interesse der Personen der Nische finden und davon ein Produkt ableiten. Dann die Ads halt basically. Ads, Kampagnen plus Organic laufen. Die guten, Klammer auf, viralen Organic Videos pushen mit TikTok Ads. Facebook Ads und später als Werbung verwenden, auf so viel Reichweite aufbauen wie möglich. An Scalen, also die Manufakturen kontaktieren, Klammer auf, Custom Pakete, schnelleres Shippen in der EU, Agenturen, auf Agents für E-Mail, SMS, Retails, ne, keine Ahnung. Für was braucht man noch die Agents? Vielleicht auch noch mehr einfach. Ich weiß nämlich gerade nichts. Dann 5. Produkte in Massenkampagnen kaufen mit Waren, Warehouse, um bestmögliche Versandzeit zu optimieren. Ja, basically war's das, oder? Also hätte ich jetzt einfach mal so pauschal reingedonnert. Ja.
Lässt, ist richtiger Weltuntergang. Was Mark Zuckerberg gerade auf Hawaii bauen lässt, ist richtiger Weltuntergang-Scheiß. Der Typ baut sich einen gigantischen Bunker und eine ganze Siedlung darüber. Mit den Kaufpreisen für die Grundstücke ist das ein 270 Millionen Dollar Projekt. Allein der unterirdische Bunker ist 460 Quadratmeter groß und wird von einer betongefüllten Stahltür geschützt. Die ganzen Infos über das Megaprojekt hat Weiter aus Gerichtsdokumenten, öffentlichen Aufzeichnungen und Interviews mit den Bewohnern der Insel Kauai, von denen ein erheblicher Teil der Bevölkerung NDAs unterschreiben musste. Das bedeutet, die sind vertraglich zur Verschwiegenheit verpflichtet und dürfen nichts über das Projekt erzählen. Niemand, der am Projekt beteiligt ist, darf darüber sprechen, was er dort macht. Und es wurden angeblich schon mehrere Mitarbeiter gefeuert, weil sie online was über den Bau geschrieben haben. Außerdem wurde eine 1,80 Meter hohe Mauer um den Komplex gebaut. Es gibt bewachte Tore und Sicherheitspersonal, die mit ATVs am Strand rumfahren. Next-Level-Sicherheit und Geheimhaltung für dieses mysteriöse Projekt. Aus den Dokumenten, die Wired eingesehen hat, geht hervor, dass Mark Zuckerberg seit 2014 angefangen hat, Grundstücke von der Insel zu kaufen. Und zwar eine Menge. Insgesamt 1400 Hektar hat seine Siedlung und die besteht neben dem unterirdischen Bunker aus 2 riesigen Villen, die über ein Tunnelsystem miteinander verbunden sind. Mit einem Dutzend weiteren Gebäuden auf Sachs Gelände hat der ganze Komplex mindestens 30 Schlafzimmer und 30 Bäder und ist vollkommen autark, also komplett unabhängig vom Rest der Welt. Die Fläche ist groß genug, dass Sack dort seine eigenen Lebensmittel anpflanzen kann und er hat auch eine eigene Wasser- und Energieversorgung. Und für den Weltuntergang ist der riesige unterirdische Bunker mit einem enormen Wassertank und Lebensmitteln ausgestattet. Darin sind Wohnräume, ein Maschinenraum und eine Fluchtluke, die man über eine Leiter erreichen kann. Massive Metalltüren, die mit Beton gefüllt sind, wie bei einem Luftschutzbunker, schützen den Eingang. Das Teil steht selbst noch, wenn Fallout zur Realität wird. Das ganze Gelände wird von einer absurden Menge Kameras überwacht, die jeden Winkel erfassen. Laut den Dokumenten hat allein ein kleines Betriebsgebäude der Ranch mehr als 20 Kameras installiert. Die ganzen Türen auf dem Gelände werden mit Sicherheitscodes gelockt und sind schallisoliert. Und im Inneren der Villen sind viele versteckte Türen, die nahtlos in das Design der Wände übergehen, sodass man sie gar nicht sieht. Dass so viele Details über dieses streng geheime Projekt an die Öffentlichkeit gekommen sind, liegt unter anderem daran, dass eine Familie Zack verklagt hat, weil ihr 70-jähriger Vater, der als Security den Strand überwachen sollte, an einem regnerischen Tag nicht abgeholt werden konnte und auf dem Rückweg an einem Herzinfarkt starb. Zuckerberg ist aber nicht der einzige Milliardär, der sich gerade für den Weltuntergang rüstet. Solche Billionärbunker werden immer häufiger gebaut und das auf der ganzen Welt. Aber was glaubt ihr, sind diese Leute einfach nur paranoid oder wissen sie was wir nicht wissen?
Gut, weiter geht's.
But really get this blueprint framework in your head, because when we go over product research, when we go over these other things, you need to be mentally coordinating your plan. So keep all this stuff in mind. Revisit this video if you need to. Once you do learn all of these elements, come revisit this and make sure you're building an amazing blueprint for a quality skyscraper. I love you guys. Peace. All right, guys, welcome into the next video. I hope you enjoyed the last one talking about skyscrapers. Today, we're going over the importance of products, and we'll be diving a little bit deeper into the product research stuff, but in the next video is where we're gonna really go into full-blown product research. I'm gonna give examples of winning products, and then the next video, I'm even gonna be doing live research trying to find winning product, and I'll literally just give those products out to you guys so you can test them if you would like, or you can at least see me doing it so you can understand how you can do it yourself. I'm assuming a lot of people will jump on the products that I recommend or talk about, so just keep that in mind. So without further ado, let's jump into the importance of products. All right, guys, so since we are going to be covering how to find winning products in a later video today, I want to talk about why the product is so important and basically what we need to look for in a product to ensure that it has the potential, ensure that it is a winning product. And the way we do that is referencing my winning product blueprint. This is basically a 10-point system that's going to go over the different qualities and attributes that a product needs to be able to be a foundation for a skyscraper. So obviously we can have winning products that are gimmicky toys, we can have winning products that are a piece of clothing, and we can do the street style men approach and do a ton of clothes, but for us to really build out that brand and really build out something special and amazing, we need to have a specific product. There is a very specific criteria we need to match and make sure our product is in alignment with. So let's jump into that. The first thing is pretty common. You've heard this a million times from every guru on the planet, but the first thing is a wow factor. So a wow factor definitely helps with your ability to scale and your ability to convert new customers or like new potential people into customers, but it's not as important as a lot of like gurus make you think. You don't have to have some product that's some new, flashy, amazing thing. It can be something that's old. It can be something that is not really that exciting. But I will say that having a wow factor does help, especially with places like TikTok ads. If it's something no one's seen and you're marketing it to a younger audience, it really does help out a bit. And the second point is having a sales price of $40. And a lot of people don't talk about this. I haven't seen like anyone talk about this. Your average order value needs to be at least $40 or more. I really recommend being at like 50 to 80 is kind of a sweet spot, because if you go over $80 for your products or for your like average order value, it's not going to be as easy to grab like impulse purchases. Some people are like, hey, this is over $80, like I should probably think about this. I should probably give it some time to see if I really need this product. But if it's like $50, a lot more people are going to be willing to just purchase it and not think about it as much. But the reason we need at least 40 is the average cost to get someone to purchase something on ads is around $20. So if your product is like selling for $15, you just don't have enough money. It's not even about margin. Even if you're getting your product for extremely cheap, you're just not going to have enough money to justify scaling up ads to huge budgets. I'm talking $10,000 a day.
Digga, die Traktoren eskalieren ja richtig. crazy shit.
in ad spend. It's going to be really hard for you to hit those numbers. It's not really likely. You can probably get to the point of spending $1,000 a day, getting profit and doing some things like that. But when it truly comes down to running high level advertisements, you do not have what it takes. Mathematically, it is impossible for you. You have to have a sales price of at least like 50, honestly. Like 40 is even a little bit low, but I definitely recommend 40 at the lowest. Anything higher is going to be in your best interest for sure, and I'd probably cap it at 80. Number 3, if we're selling a product for $40, I really recommend trying to get down to the $10 for the cost of the product. So this basically ensures this is a 4x multiplier on our cost of goods. So our revenue or our sales price is $40 and we get the product for 10, meaning that we have a 4 times multiplier on our cost of goods. So this is, I'm not even sure what margin that gives you. I'm fucking horrible with math. I use calculators, margin calculators, all those things. So I'm not the best with math, but you have to have a really high margin. I really recommend a 3 to 4 to 5x on your product costs. And when you're drop shipping, it's hard to do that. So when you get into wholesale and you get into ordering the products in bulk, it's going to be way easier to have a 4 or 5x multiplier on your cost of goods. But you really do need some big margins like that to kind of go to that Nike level of branding, that Rolex level of branding. You need absurd.
Hä, was denn? David schreibt mir gerade, Bruder, der nächste Schritt kostet auch fucking Geld. Was denn, hä? David! Bruder, dieser Auto-DS-Shit, Bruder, den brauchst du erstmal gar nicht.
Aber der labert über den Shit gerade.
Ja, für später, toll.
Okay.
Bruder, ich bin gerade bei 4 Stunden drinne und der hat noch nicht ein Wort darüber gebabbelt.
Ja, okay.
Der redet doch nur über Auto-DS in den ersten 10 Minuten, Bruder. Warum bist du noch so stuck?
Ich bin bei Minute 16 und ich war essen, Digga.
Bro. Ja, okay, ciao.
Ciao.
Gut.
Profit margins, so you can spend absurd amounts on content. You can spend absurd amounts working with cool influencers and running very high level paid advertisements with amazing agencies and all these cool things down the line. You need budgets for that. So it's not as important at the start if you can't get a 4 or 5x multiplier or something around that ballpark. For example, if you're doing organic TikTok ads, you can do a 2x. Like if I get a product for $10, I can sell it for 20 because I don't have advertising costs, right? Because I'm just doing organic. But the second I move into paid ads, I do need to multiply it up to at least 3. Like 3 has to be the minimum. If you get your product for $10, you have to sell it for 30. Absolute minimum. And even with that, even if you're a good advertiser and you have good video ads, it's still going to be decently hard to get a profit. And these aren't fun truths. This stuff is a lot of things that people won't say. A lot of people for some reason don't talk about like numbers and where your products need to be at. I truly haven't found any gurus that even mention this stuff, which is very alarming in my opinion. But yeah, it's just the case of reality. A lot of products don't have what it takes to do paid ads. Like a lot of these gimmicky toys that sell for $15 will never work on paid ads. So it's something you definitely need to understand. And to give you a quick like mental layout of how this can work is you can get a product for $10, start doing organic and sell it for 20, jump into paid ads, sell it for 30, see how things work out. And then you can eventually get to the point of ordering it in wholesale and then getting your margins back lower into a place that makes you more profitable. And then you can jump into the long term and really allocating huge budgets into advertising and huge budgets into influencers, UGC, and all that stuff. So it's kind of like what I said before, like what takes you from 0 to 1 doesn't take you from 1 to 2. What takes you from 1 to 2 doesn't take you from 2 to 3. So we have to constantly be evolving and changing and adapting. And that's some shit you need to learn as a business owner. Like, business is fucking hard. Things change a lot and you need to be very adaptive. So that's just a quick little run through to help explain that point. And number 4 on our blueprint is high perceived value. So a good example of products that just have a natural high perceived value due to markets is shoes and watches. So watches can be produced extremely cheap. You can get a decently nice watch, and unless someone's like deep in horology and they really know the market and all that shit, they could easily say it's a good watch. It's high quality, it's durable, it's reliable with the time and all that shit. You can get it for like $10, $20. And most people think like a decent watch is at least going to be $100 or something around that level. So watches have a high perceived value. Shoes also do. Like, Nike is literally producing shoes for $3 and selling them for like $150, $200. And it's just because of perceived value. So having products that are in this realm of like high perceived value, where you can get them for a low cost and sell them for a high price point, is really nice. It's something to keep in mind. But we can always kind of position ourselves as a high quality product. We can always position ourselves as a luxury brand.
Ja, aber mit den anderen Sachen ist ja auch so, damit die von Natur aus so ein hohes Ansehen basically haben. Und der Shit mit deinem eigenen Produkt muss halt erstmal so ein Ansehen-Ding aufbauen, so dass Leute wirklich denken, ja, das Produkt kostet viel Geld. Endlich wieder mal hier in meinen scheiß Stuhl gehen, Mann. Noch für Max Comfort.
Brand or position ourselves in a certain way that gives perceived value, because like, again, like Rolex has very cheap watches. They have a date just watch that is extremely uncomplicated. It's a very basic watch and it's a stainless steel watch. There's literally nothing crazy about it, but you're paying a shit ton for the brand. You're paying for that Rolex logo. You're paying for someone to look at your wrist and go, wow, this guy is doing pretty well for himself. So you're paying for those things. The watch really isn't worth that. The brand is. So when we get into long-term vision and deeper down the rabbit hole of starting our business, perceived value can come just from the brand, just from the logo. But at the start, it's really good if your product has some inherent high perceived value within it. And point number 5 is your product solves a problem. If you are marketing your product to
Ich kann eigentlich schon schnell schreiben, ohne zu.
specific group of people within a mass market, and it solves a problem for these specific people. When you address that problem in ads, I'll give a quick example. If you're selling like a baby product and someone just has their first kid and they're realizing like, holy shit, there's so many more things that went into it than I knew, you can address that language, address that perception within your advertisement by saying like, I just had my first newborn kid. I didn't realize I had this problem, but this product helps me. That's going to naturally filter out anyone who doesn't have a kid. They're going to be like, oh, this ad isn't for me. They go away instantly. And the people that actually just had their first kid are going to can address that language, address that perception within your advertisement by saying like, I just had my first newborn kid. I didn't realize I had this problem, but this product helps me. That's going to naturally filter out anyone who doesn't have a kid. They're going to be like, oh, this ad isn't for me. They go away instantly. And the people that actually just had their first kid are going to hone in and actually listen. And why is that good? It's because it attaches the people that we want and it gets rid of the people that we don't want. And so Facebook's algorithm, TikTok's algorithm, Google's algorithm can see, okay, the people that hone in and listen fit a certain demographic, and it can help you find more of those people so your advertisements will naturally do better. And we're solving a problem for that specific person. So there's a big emotional involvement within the video ad. There's an emotional involvement within the product, and they're excited to get it. You spoke their language. They're like, oh my God, this is like... made for me. So having that ability within your product to solve a problem for a specific group of people is huge. That's where you're really getting into building like a customer base, and then you can go deeper into the world of like the baby niche, the firstborn kid niche. That can be your little headshot market within like the children's market, is like parents that have their firstborn, like getting them products that they didn't realize they needed, and that can be your whole marketing ploy. So that's some free value for you guys there. That would be a really good brand to start, and just source out products like that. Test out these baby products on TikTok, test them out on Facebook ads, all that good stuff. And if you're talking to a very specific headshot group of people and you're solving their problems, you're gonna do very well for yourself. Now, point number 6 in the blueprint is that they use the product daily. This one is really big. If someone, I'm just gonna keep running with a baby example. If this product that we're getting helps their baby or helps them with their baby every single day, it solves a problem that keeps coming up every single day, you can believe that they're going to see that ad and be like, holy shit, I need that. Like, my life is going to be so much easier if that problem's solved, because they feel the pain of that problem every single day. So you can address that pain in your...
Oh. Hallo. Hä? Ja? Hallo.
Ich habe einen neuen Weg gefunden, an Geld zu kommen.
Hau raus.
KI.
Toll. Es gibt viele KIs. Willst du Chatbots erstellen? Willst du Videos hochladen?
Ich zeig's dir. Ich wollte mich halt auch mal mehr belesen. Ich habe es nur gesehen auf TikTok. Guck, geh mal auf TikTok. Hat ich auch eigentlich ganz... Gib mal KI. Punkt. Benji hier. Warte.
Sowas. So Avatar-Dinge.
Nein.
Avatar.
Es geht darum, was der sagt, Luke.
40 Stunden die Woche arbeiten, 2000 Euro netto und 30 Urlaubstage im Jahr. Ey, jetzt mal ganz ehrlich, kannst du dich eigentlich überhaupt selber ernst nehmen? Für mich ist es nichts anderes als moderne Sklaverei. Du verdienst gefühlt fast nichts.
Auf jeden Fall hat er hier seine Webseite drin.
Auf Instagram dann.
Ja, bei mir hat er einen Link drin,
Okay. Aber ich wahrscheinlich. Ich weiß warum.
weil
ich
du
hab's
Adblocker anhast, ne?
Nee, ich hab TikTok auf 16 eingestellt und das.
Warte,
ist nicht
hier,
so.
ich sag's dir mal kurz, was ich meine. Ja. Hallo! K.O. KI.benji. Ist da noch das Video, was ich eben auf meiner For You hatte? Steht es da dann noch? Mit
Ja,
gerade
da warst du
angeschaut?
grad.
Nee.
Nee.
Aber guck, da hat hier irgendwie nur ein 10-minütiges Video drin. Dein schlüsselfertiges Geschäft 90% bereits für dich erledigt. Kopiere eine funktionierende Strategie 1:1 auf dich. Dein Schritt-für-Schritt-Anleitung, um in den nächsten 9 Tagen 5.000 bis 10.000 Euro oder sogar mehr zu verdienen.
Hier, guck.
Content ideas for TikToks or Instagram Reels. Don't be a dumbass and ask ChatGPT, can you give me 10 content ideas? That's horrible. Let me put you on game and teach you how to use ChatGPT correctly to get viral content ideas. Right
Nee,
now, there
es geht nicht um Content Ideas.
Was dann?
Der erklärt einem, wie du mit einer revolutionären TikTok- und KI-Strategie täglich zusätzlich Einkommen generieren kannst, ohne dass du eigene Produkte oder Webseiten erstellst. Der redet halt auch irgendwas davon, dass du Produkte vermittelst mit irgendwas. Irgendwie Produkte vermitteln
Ja, guck du dich mal an.
und dass die nicht hier.
Das KI-Game ist kompliziert.
Diese 3 Fehler im KI-Selling. Erstens, wenn du fremde Produkte vermarktest,
Ich kann mir halt nicht vorstellen, was man da macht.
dass du mindestens 40% Provision bekommst und das Produkt zwischen 40 und 100 Euro kostet. Alles drunter würde ich dir nicht empfehlen zu verkaufen. Zweitens, lass KI wirklich für dich arbeiten. Schau, dass so viele Aufgaben wie möglich von KI übernommen werden können, wie zum Beispiel Beiträge erstellen, Captions schreiben, Ideen sammeln, Jungeskripte erstellen.
Ich kenne das, darüber redet der da gerade auch, guck.
Und Junge, du wirst ein Ableben.
Ey, René, es läuft gut. Ich will nämlich jetzt erstmal einen Dick in die Schüssel setzen. Damit habe ich schon mal ein halbes Kilo abgenommen.
Alrighty.
Your video ads and easily convince them to buy a $50, $60, even $80, $100 product. But yeah, 80 is usually where I'd like to say you should probably not go more, because you have to keep in mind we're running social media ads, and it's hard to convince someone that's like trying to see a Facebook post of their aunt to buy a $150 product, right? Like they're not in the purchasing mood for that. That's usually where someone does research and then figures out which product's the best. And maybe they're at the start when your product isn't the best, it hasn't been customized, it hasn't been improved upon. Maybe there's a better competitor out there, and if they're going to do their research on that, then you're not going to get that purchase. So that's kind of a little bit deeper explanation as to why I say 80 is a max. And number 7, I've talked about this one already a ton, but have a specific and passionate community that you're marketing to. Just like the person that has their newborn child, if you mention that in an ad, they're going to listen. They're going through an extreme experience of having their first kid, and they're in a new world, and when you speak their language, you can believe that they will listen. So figure out how you can pair whatever product you think is your winning product that you found through the product research method that we're going to go over in the next video. Try to figure out, how can I get this product in front of a passionate community, and how can I tailor a brand around them that speaks their language. Number 8, make sure your product is relatively small and lightweight. This is going to help on...
Also, warum hat er denn jetzt hier 8 und ich nur 5? Was denn? Product cost around $10 habe ich inkludiert, Sales price around 40 habe ich inkludiert, High perceived value habe ich inkludiert, Solve the problem habe ich inkludiert, Daily use habe ich inkludiert, sogar noch besser, Have a community passionate, ja, habe ich inkludiert, ja okay, perfekt. Aber es ist einfach ein bisschen ausführlicher aufgeschrieben, noch in 5 Schritten halt nur. Ja.
On like packaging and shipping and all that stuff, because when we get into the world of like wholesale purchasing thousands of units and getting warehousing and stuff done, if we're selling like bed frames or fridges, it's hell. Like so much of your cost of goods is going to go into shipping and it's just a mess. So if you can have
Es hat geklopft. Aha, geklingelt. Lavendel. So, waren nur Freunde von meinem Bruder. Anscheinend sind wir home alone.
have something ideally that like fits in your hand, that's going to make your life a lot easier. So number 9 is just like advice. I would advise you guys to stay away from like electronics, kind of. There's some electronics that can be very well tested and high quality, and you wouldn't have any product issues with them. But be very like wary of the electronic side of drop shipping, because
Hab ich auch gerade gemacht, aber ich meinte Luke.
Ich guck, dass ich hier reich werde. So schnell wie möglich. Gewerbe wird angemeldet. Ja, Mann. happy nation, living in a happy nation. Ich will das Lied ganz mal hören. Ich hab grad Asiens Verlangen dazu. Weil übrigens die meisten Sachen hier sind hier nur aus Joke, Austrian Painter, so Look Maxing, das, kinda. And a dream of perfect man situation leading to Schon mal das ganze Lied hören. Ich hab das Lied noch nie gehört. Also voll gehört. Ich kenne nur diesen Happy Nation Part. Banger. Geiler Text. True außer Jesus. Ey, crazy. Denk ich die ganze Zeit an Tessak, Digga, fuck. Übrigens distanziere mich von Maxim Tessak, weil er ist halt Neonazi. Dream of perfect man. Schickt mir der René hier. Ey, Junge, ist auch geil. Where the people understand and dream of perfect man, leading to sweet salvation. Ey, ist for real ein kranker Banger. Schizo, ganz schlimme Schizo-Scheiße. Oder ganz schlimme Schizo-Scheiße. Hör ich nicht mal. Okay. Das sind aber actually sehr gute Kriterien bisher. Good night, Patrick. Der Herr Serben, Bruder. Bosnien. Crazy, crazy shit, was da alles abgeht, Bruder. Gotta say.
Liverpool midfielder, what's out of window where?
Situations. Little situations. Die Playlist nur für enge Freunde. Nika mit Maya jetzt. Aber Bro just took the pizza, damn. Ist das, wo er zwischen den beiden durchfällt? Ja. Crazy shit for you.
Stop paying for ChatGPT and all these AI apps. Save your money and use this website instead. It's an all-in-one AI platform.
Krass. Hallo! Ich muss euch hier ganz kurz mal wegmachen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, ich mach was mit einem Kollegen.